Hey guys, I am very excited for today's video because I'm going to be showing you all of the makeup I used up in 2019. I have been filming these videos on my channel since 2015. I'll have my previous years linked down below just in case you're wanting to see the things that I have used up previously. And I have got a few announcements, so I'm going to put a little timestamp down below when the actual showing of the products start in case you guys are not interested in my ramblings, but I'll try to make it as brief as possible. So firstly, I'm going to be changing the point of view as far as the camera angle goes for this video. Usually I'll just like hold products up and talk about them, but this year I am going to just have my products laid out on the floor and just go through everything I've used up by category and just have the camera facing the products. Let me know in the poll question up above which way you prefer so I know how to do it next year, but I'm hoping it will make this video a little bit shorter and a little bit more interesting to look at because you get to look at all the products and not just me holding them up one by one, if that makes sense. So definitely let me know what your thoughts on that. So that was my first point. The second point is that I did actually calculate the value of all the products I used up. I haven't done that in years because it's such a big undertaking, but I do think it's very helpful, very important, and it can make you feel really accomplished. And I decided to sit down and take the time to calculate everything. It took me a couple hours, but it was worth it. And I did create a spreadsheet to help me log things. And moving forward, I have got a better plan for this, which I'm very excited about. I'll talk more about that in a second. But I did want to let you know, as far as the value of the products goes, it's an approximation. And also, I'm not going to be telling you how much I spent on them because some of these were freebies. You guys know I buy everything on sale. I'm calculating them at what they're worth. It was very easy for full-size products. I just looked them up online. But for the deluxe size samples, I gave a basic price for most of them. There were only certain products where I sat down and did the calculations because honestly, my brain is like kindergarten level math. I'm just a moron, okay? So it is just too hard for me to do all those calculations. So I did it for some products, not all. I don't know how people do that. If you have tips about how to make it easier, how you would explain it to a child, let me know in the comments. So, for example, for deluxe size face primers, I gave all of them a value of $5, except for the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. Because I know that is a more expensive product, I gave it a higher value. I actually did do the calculations on that one. And a similar thing with deluxe size sample mascaras. Now, most of these you can either buy at the Ulta and Sephora checkouts for $10, or if you got them in a value set, they're going to value around $10. So that was my standard price for them. But for some of my mascaras, either they actually sell those deluxe sizes for a little bit more, or sometimes mascaras, there's a difference between a deluxe sample size and a travel size. The travel size will have just a little bit more, and I did have a few of those. So most mascaras I gave a $10 value, but some of them I did 11, 12, or 13 based on what that size was selling at Sephora or Ulta, if that makes sense. So this is an approximation, so give or take a few bucks, I'm around this amount, which is good enough for me and hopefully good enough for you guys. And I'm on to my last point. We're going pretty quickly here for myself, at least. I'm very proud. And I mentioned it a little briefly, and that is that I'm going to start tracking my makeup empties. So what I'm going to do is, I do have a wonderful spreadsheet here I'm going to talk about, but instead of waiting until the end of the year to calculate everything, whenever I film a makeup use up update, which is every 2 months, I am going to put my empty products on this spreadsheet and calculate the values then. That way it's not such a big project. And I think that is going to work pretty well for me. I always enjoy doing different little things. Now I'm up to 4 spreadsheets. I used to have 2, up to 4. And I love putting stuff on them, taking stuff off of them. So I do think I will be able to keep up with this and feeling pretty confident about it. And I am so excited about the way that I have this set up. So this is actually a Excel spreadsheet template that was created by Meg's Makeup 8. I'll have the video linked down below where she talks about it and where you can download the link for the Excel sheet. I love it. So I did edit it a bit to my needs. Again, I have this same template that I have created for my makeup collection inventory, my skincare and hair care collection inventory. I'm making a new one for my monthly hauls, and then now this one for my yearly makeup empties. Okay, so here is my yearly makeup inventory spreadsheet. So the first little sheet down here is my overview, where we're just talking about numbers here. So right here I have all the different categories of makeup. Then up top I have got from 2015 to 2019 how many products I have used up in each of these categories. And I don't know that this is necessarily that helpful. For me, it's mostly interesting to see how many products I used up in each category throughout the years. And then if you go to the next sheet here, this is where I have more of the actual specific details of the product. So I start out with the category of makeup product, then the specific name of the product, whether it's a full size or a deluxe sample size, the price of the product, and whether I would repurchase it or not. I feel like that's all the information I need for these items. And then I did go ahead and make another sheet for 2020, and I've got it set up the same way. And luckily, again, you guys probably already know how Excel works, but you can just right click, move or copy, and then you can just say copy and it will make a new sheet that looks the same, which is what I'm going to continue to do because I really think this is going to be helpful for me. So I want to do this for the next foreseeable future, and I'm very, very excited about it. And without further ado, I know it was a lot of rambling, but it was exciting stuff I wanted to talk about. I am just going to tell you how many things I used up this year and the approximate value. So including 2 perfumes, I used up 129 products this year, which is so exciting. I'm so proud of that. That's a lot of stuff. And again, keep in mind, you know, I have a lot of minis. I go through a ton of minis. They're great to put in projects. So this isn't 129 full-size products, but still, those are things in my collection taking space that I feel very accomplished I used up. And the approximate value of all these products would be $2,000, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. I appreciate you if you sat through this ramble, and now I am going to flip the camera around and show you category by category all the things I used up this year. I'm not going to go into a lot of details on the products. I am just going to let you know whether I would repurchase them or not. If you want specific details, more in-depth reviews, check out my makeup use up playlist, which I'll link in the cards. And each of those updates, I do thoroughly review the products that I finished up. Now, let's get into it. And let's just get started with the face primers. I used up 17 within the year. 1 was a full size and 16 were deluxe sample sizes. So I, on the top, have got my more mattifying, pore filling primers, and on the bottom I have more of my glowy and hydrating primers. So just starting with the top, we have the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer, the Murad Oil Control Mattifier, Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For Mattifying Primer, Cover FX Mattifying, Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, Dr. Brandt Pores No More, the Benefit Professional Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer, the Murad Invisibler Perfecting Shield, Becca Backlight Priming Filter, Cover FX Calming Primer, MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance in Radiant Pink, Cover FX Water Cloud, Cover FX Illuminating, Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing, and the Becca Skin Love Brighten and Blur Primer. The full-size primer from The Ordinary retails for about $5. For all of my minis, I gave them a rough value of $5, with the exception of the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I gave those a value of $8 each because I know those are more expensive, so I did do the math on that one. So the total value of all these primers would be $91, which is insane. Out of all these primers here, the only ones that I would want to repurchase would be the Murad Oil Control Mattifier Cover FX Mattifying Primer, Dr. Brandt Pores No More, Smashbox Primerizer, and the Backlight Priming Filter. I do like the Peter Thomas Roth and the Ordinary primers, but they're not a must-have for me. But the other ones I mentioned, I do like those enough to repurchase. For foundations, I used up 7
4 of them are full size and 3 are deluxe sample sizes. One of the full sizes is more of a mix-in pigment, so it is a full size, but it isn't as big as a typical foundation. So the ones I used up would be the Tarte Found Sealer in 13 and Fair Neutral, the It Cosmetics CC Cream and Fair, Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation in Y205, the Hard Candy Glamouflage Mix and Pigment Drops in Fair 1, Estee Lauder Double Wear in 1W1 Bone, the Maybelline Superstay Foundation in the Porcelain shade, the Too Faced Peach Perfect in the shade Snow. Now for the values of these foundations. For the mini Tarte and Makeup Forever, I gave them a value of $5, same as I did with the primers. For the It Cosmetics CC Cream, I actually gave it a value of $15, which sounds insane, but as I was sitting down and calculate these, that size became something that was sold at Ulta, and it retailed for $15, which is crazy to me, but that is the exact same size that Ulta said, $15. The Hard Candy is $8. The Estee Lauder is $43. The Too Faced is $36, and the Maybelline is $12. So I used up $124 worth of foundation. Out of all of these, the 2 I would repurchase would be the Too Faced Peach Perfect and the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I absolutely love those. I really did like the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. It's a great drugstore option, but it's not something that I would purchase anytime soon. I would rather try out something new. For concealer, I used up 9 within the year. 1 is a deluxe sample size, 8 are full sizes. I used up the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser and Brightener, 3 different shades of the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, 2 shades of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. The mini is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and I also have the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC15. So for the value of these, the Maybelline valued at $10, the ColourPop concealers are $6.50 each. The Tarte Shape Tape Concealer is $27, and the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer is $29. And finally, the MAC Studio Finish Concealer is $23. For the mini Tarte Creaseless Concealer, I did give it a value of $5, which is again the basic value I've given for all sample sizes, foundations, or primers. By the way, I forgot to mention that all of the concealers valued at a total of $140.50. Out of these concealers, there are 3 that I would repurchase. The Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Neutral for under my eyes, Estee Lauder Double Wear in Extra Light for my blemishes, and the MAC Studio Finish Concealer. I love using it to fill in my forehead wrinkles. Those are 3 that I've been using very consistently on a daily basis. I've been through a few of them, and I love them so much. For face powders in the year of 2019, I used up a total of 22, which is insanity, but as you can see, I have a lot of minis here, and I have super oily skin, so my face just eats powder. So I have got 3 full-size pressed powders, 1 mini pressed powder. I have got 4 full-size loose powders, and now I need to count the loose minis. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mini loose powders. So I will run through what we've got here. The NYX Hashtag No Filter, NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat, Rimmel Stay Matte, Too Faced Born This Way, loose powder, ColourPop No Filter setting powder in the translucent shade, the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder, several different sizes of the Dermablend translucent loose setting powder, Laura Mercier translucent loose powder, the Pretty Vulgar mattifying loose powder, a Bare Minerals original foundation, and I believe number 3 Fairly Light, Makeup Forever Ultra HD loose powder, Cover FX translucent light loose setting powder, the Beauty Bakery flower powder, and a mini Charlotte Tilbury airbrush pressed powder. For the value, Too Faced loose powder is $33, ColourPop loose powder is $9, NYX Stay Matte powder is $10, Dermablend translucent powder full size is $29, the NYX Hashtag No Filter is $12, Rimmel Stay Matte is $5, and then the minis for all of these powders. All of the powder minis, I just gave a value of $5. Again, that is like my basic deluxe size sample value. So in powders, I used up a total of $192, which is absolutely bonkers. So out of these powders, there are several I would repurchase actually. I really love the NYX hashtag no filter powder. Unfortunately, it's only available on the NYX website, except for a few random colors here and there. They're not my shade, but I really do enjoy that pressed powder. Rimmel Stay Matte Holy Grail Touch-Up Powder. I love the Too Faced Born This Way loose powder. Dermablend Translucent Loose Powder is absolutely incredible. I also love the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder. All of these other ones, if I get more minis of them, I'll use them up, but I wouldn't repurchase the rest of them. Next, for blushes, I used up 2 little deluxe sample sizes, so I have given these a value of $5 each. The first is theBalm's Cabana Boy, which is a beautiful shimmery mauve plum blush. I actually do have this one in the full size now. My friend Jean gifted it to me. It's an amazing winter blush. This was just like a little Ipsy size or a Birchbox size. And then in this one, in this little ColourPop compact, I had a sample of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Luminous Flush, which is a beautiful warm pinky color. I absolutely love the way that this one looked on my skin, and it is something that I would consider purchasing in the future. So I definitely do enjoy and recommend both of these. So again, I gave them a value of $5 each, which means for blush, I used up a total of $10. And our last face category would be setting spray. I used up 12 total, 2 full size, 10 deluxe sample sizes. I used up the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, ColourPop All-Star Face Setting Spray, NYX Dewy Finish, 2 of the NYX Matte Finish, Milani Make It Last Original, the Mario Badescu Facial Spray with Lavender, 2 of the Kula Makeup Setting Spray, and 3 of the Urban Decay All Nighter Sprays. So for all of my mini sprays, I gave them a value of $5 each. The Morphe spray retails for $16 and the ColourPop retails for $10. So I used up a total of $76 worth of setting spray. Out of all of these, the only ones that I would actually repurchase would be the Morphe and the Urban Decay sprays. I definitely think those are the best. I did really enjoy the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray, but it's not something that's needed for my skin type. But if you do have dry skin, that's a really nice one. For brow products, I used up a total of 14. I used up 1 eyebrow wax, which is my NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil, Holy Grail. For brow pencils, I have a lot of different sizes here. I've got some minis of the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the taupe shade. I just counted those as 1 because there's so many. Then I have the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I have a mini size and a full size, both in the shade number 2. 2 of the NYX Micro Brow Pencils in taupe. The Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil in the shade number 1. And the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Pencil in blonde. I have the Lorac Take a Brow Kit in the shade blonde. I did use up one of the shades in there, but that is the only product I use in the set, so I am giving it that full value because that's the reason I buy it, is for that one shade. Then I did use up 5 brow gels. I've got 2 clear and 3 tinted. The Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, Benefit Gimme Brow in number 2, the Benefit Gimme Brow Full Size is in the shade number 1, and lastly the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer in the blonde shade. So the brow wax retails for $9. The brow pencils, the Benefit full sizes are $24 each. The mini Benefit I gave a $10 value. Maybelline is $8. Anastasia Brow Wiz I gave a value of $5 for both of them combined. And then the NYX Micro Brow Pencils are $10 each, making that value $20. So for brow pencils, in total would be $91 value. For the Lorac Brow Powder, it's a $22 value. For brow gels, for the mini Benefit Brow Setter, I gave it a value of $14. The Maybelline is an $8. Benefit Gimme Brow Full Size is $24. The Anastasia Clear Brow Gel I gave a value of $7. And the Benefit Gimme Brow Mini I gave a value of $8. I did do the math on those. So for brow gels, it's a total of a $61 value. And for all my brow products together is a total of $183 value, which is crazy. So out of all of these, the products that I would repurchase, the NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil is Holy Grail. It was discontinued, but I do have a few backups of it. For the brow pencils, I actually love all of them. My least favorite would probably be the Anastasia Brow Wiz, just because the color isn't perfect for me. I love my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Taupe. It is absolutely a holy grail. And the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Pencil is one I really love as well. It's a great, thicker, angled brow pencil, but those Benefit ones are incredible if I'm wanting to spend a little bit more money, or if I am able to get them on sale. I think they're incredible, so I actually love all of them. The Lorac Brow Kit is my absolute favorite. I have 2 backups of it right now, and I'm not currently using a brow powder, but it is something I would repurchase. Out of the brow gels, absolutely would repurchase the Benefit Gimme Brow and the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Those are definitely my favorites. So a lot of winners in this category here. For eyeshadow primer, I have 3 deluxe sample sizes: the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Shadow Base, Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. For the NARS, I did the math and I gave it a value of $8.50. Urban Decay got my standard value of $5, and the Too Faced got a value of $11. I did the math on that one as well. So my total value for eyeshadow primers would be $24.50. Out of the 3 of these, my favorite is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. The NARS was just okay, and I did not like the Too Faced at all. It was too oily. Next, for Creme Shadows, I used up 2. The Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Rose Gold, which is a mini, and a full size of theBalm Batter Up Shadow Stick in Curveball. The Laura Mercier actually values at $18 because you get half the amount of product you do in a full size, and theBalm Batter Up Shadow Stick retails for $17, making my total cream shadow value for $35. Honestly, both of these colors and formulas are holy grail, and I would repurchase both of them. For regular eyeshadow, I used up a total of 5 matte creams and 1 colorful shadow. The colorful shadow was the ColourPop Super Shock in Kathleen Lights, which is a beautiful, like, coppery golden color. Then for the matte creams, I used up Peaches and Cream from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, Strange from Urban Decay Naked 3, Extra Creamy from the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, and up in the top, I am just showing you a representation. So I actually finished up a matte cream and the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. I ended up decluttering the Mauve palette, but I wanted to show you about the size of one of the shades from these Huda palettes. So out of everything here, the only one that I would repurchase is the ColourPop. That is one of my favorite shades. I think it's a great formula. It's a beautiful color. All of these matte creams, I do not feel a need to repurchase. I am just fine using Wet n Wild Brulee as my go-to matte cream. I've just been trying to work through the matte creams and palettes in my collection. So for the value, the ColourPop Super Shock Shadows retail for $6 now. For the Too Faced shadows and a Huda, I gave them my basic value of $5. For Urban Decay, I did give it a value of $20 because the eyeshadows in the Naked palettes are the same amount of products you would get in a single, and the single's value for $20. However, I know if I was to like break down price per shadow in the palette, it would be a lot less of a value, but I'm thinking of it as an individual, so I gave it a rating of $20. So my total value for all of my eyeshadows used up would be $41. For eyeliner, I used up a total of 5 liquid liners, 3 of the Kat Von D Tattoo liquid liner, theBalm Schwing, and Fenty Fly Liner. So theBalm is full size, the other ones are minis. theBalm retails for $17. The Fenty I gave a value of $7.50, and the Kat Von D liners I totaled up to be $22.50 for the 3 of them. And again, for some of these, I did do the math on them. So for liner, I used up a total of $47. I actually would not repurchase any of these. theBalm is a nice liner, but it is not waterproof. It's not even water resistant. So I wanted to love this one, but it just does not work on my watery eyes. My favorite is the Physicians Formula Eye Boost liquid liner. I like that one better than the rest of these. My next category would be mascara primers. I used up 4 within the year. A mini of the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer Base, 2 minis of the Lancome Sills Booster, and a full size of the CoverGirl Lash Blast Amplify Primer. The L'Oreal I gave a value of $3. The Lancome and the CoverGirl each have a value of $10, meaning I used up $33 worth of lash primer. Lash primer as a whole is not a category I necessarily believe in. It's not a step that I believe in and feel does a lot for me. but I do use one whenever I have a mini, and the best ones I've tried so far I definitely think are the Lancome Sills Booster. Our last category would be mascara. I used up 10 within the year, 1 full size, 9 deluxe sample sizes. I finished the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash, the Sephora Lash Craft Big Volume, Stila Huge Extreme Lash, Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, Lancome Hypnostrama, Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, Tarte Man Eater, Benefit Roller Lash, Benefit Bad Gal Bang, and the Maybelline Total Temptation Mascara. So for most of these mascaras, I give a value of $10 because if you were to buy them in the checkout or if they were part of a value set, usually they come out to be about $10. However, for some of these, the exact size sells on the website for a little bit more because some of these are travel sizes, which are slightly bigger than a deluxe size sample. So for instance, the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes is $12. The Lancome, I did actually do the math on it, and the mini retails for $18 because it's such an expensive mascara. Benefit Roller Lash is $13. The Stila Huge Extreme, I just give value of $10. The Maybelline Total Temptation, I give a value of $10.50. Benefit Bad Gal Bang, $11. Hourglass Caution Extreme, $11. Marc Jacobs, $13. And the Sephora Lash Craft, I gave a value of $7 because it is a more inexpensive mascara. And the Tarte Man Eater, I give a value of $10. So all of that totals up to be $115.50. Out of all of these mascaras, there's only one that I would actually repurchase, and that is the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. The rest of these are just fine for me. I do like the Stila Huge Extreme Lash. I think that one's pretty good, but the rest of these are just so-so for me. And I think if I got minis of any of the rest of these, I'd probably pass them on. I think maybe I'd try the Marc Jacobs and the Hourglass again, but yeah, out of all of these, the only one that I would repurchase is the Lancome. Our next category is lip balms. I finished up a total of 8 within the year. 4 of the EOS Smooth Sticks in Sweet Mint, 1 EOS Smooth Sphere in Sweet Mint, a mini of the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in Berry, a Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper in the clear shade, which I used more as like a lip treatment instead of a gloss, and the Fresh Sugar Dream Lip Balm. So I valued the EOS Smooth Sphere at $3.50, and the sticks are $3 each, so for the 4 of them that would be $12. For the Laneige, I gave it a value of $4, the Fresh Sugar $12, and the Grande Lips, my standard, $5. So for lip balms, I used up a total of $36.50. I actually enjoy all of these. I'll definitely repurchase the EOS. I will repurchase the Laneige. I have a lot of minis right now, but once I use them up, that is something I would buy in the full size. I really do enjoy the Grande Lips. I have another sample I will use, but I don't think I'd purchase it in the full size. The Fresh Sugar, I love getting minis of these, but they always break and they're way overpriced, so I would not buy the full size of that one, but happily use up minis of everything. Lastly, we have my color lip products. I used up 7 total, 1 lipstick, 6 lip glosses. 3 of the glosses are minis and 3 of them are full size. So my 1 lipstick was the Tarte Color Splash lipstick in Rum Punch, which is a warm nude shade. Then in my lip glosses, I used up the Beauty by Pop Sugar Be the Boss lip gloss in Time After Time, the Lorac Alter Ego lip gloss in Goddess, the NARS Velvet Lip Glide in Bound. For the Pixie lip product, it is a dual-ended product. You have a gel tint and a silk gloss. I just used up the gloss, which is in the shade Sweet, and I just gave this product half of its value since I only used up half of it. Then I finished the Too Faced Sweet Peach gloss in Pure Peach and the e.l.f. Tinted Lip Oil in Nude Kiss. So for values, I gave the Tarte lipstick $7. I gave the Beauty by Pop Sugar gloss and the Lorac gloss $3 each. For the NARS Lip Glide, I gave it $8.50. I did do the math on that one. And for the Pixie, a value of $6. The e.l.f. lip oil is $6 and the Too Faced gloss is $20. So my colored lip product value is $53.50. Out of all of these, the only one that I would repurchase is the NARS Velvet Lip Glide. I really love that formula. The rest of these are fine, but not necessary for me. And lastly, we have perfume. I have the 1 fluid ounce of the Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy, which retails for $58, and the 3.4 ounce of the Marc Jacobs Daisy, which retails for $86. Viva La Juicy is still one of my favorite scents. Marc Jacobs Daisy, I used to really love it. I think I've grown out of it. I would love to have maybe like a little travel size of this to use when I feel like it, but I kind of think I've grown past this one. So the only one I would repurchase is the Juicy Couture. So my total used up for perfume would be $144, which is exciting. And when people do year-long empties videos and they include perfume, I know that can greatly hike up the value of products that you used up because perfume is so expensive. So I did want to give you my total usage before and after perfume. So my value of just all the makeup is $2,000, which is insane. And if you include the perfume, that would be $2,144. I am so proud of that. I'm hoping I can use up a similar amount next year, but we'll see. In 2020, I really do want to focus on more of my full-size products, which will have a greater value, but I won't be using up as many things. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm super happy with what I was able to accomplish this year. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the poll question up above which way you prefer to see me film these kind of videos. I would love to know how many things you used up this year. What was the approximate value? What were your favorite things that you used up this year? Let me know. And thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.